It's not the whatever you're doing. You have 3 minutes there, regardless.
Mm-hmm.
Is what I would say.
I would too.
I'm checking the stream to see if it's working.
I would too.
Hello?
I keep saying hello.
To see if it's working. I think we're back. We have 0 viewers, but the sound seems to be working for me. So that's
yeah,
good.
it's working now.
Why would that
be? You know what's crazy is that there's ads on our show on a certain area, but we don't see any money.
Or do we? Maybe it's coming.
No. Yeah, but 3 minutes is...
Oh, maybe that's what it was. That's the ad.
What?
This person, Airball Poppy says, I just got 4 unskippable ads and your audio went mute. So maybe it's related to the ad somehow. Anyways, sorry, go on.
They can hear us now.
Okay.
But the whole idea is, I think the 3 minutes should start after you unload the bags. And I'd give you 2 minutes.
Okay, well, if you're saying you have 2 minutes after you get your bags, that's basically 3 minutes. 1 minute to get your bag out, 2 minutes to get the hell out of the way.
It's a fair compromise.
I think that's fine.
Because, like, 3 minutes to say bye is one thing, but, like, you should have said your goodbyes on the way there. You can ugly cry in the car and say you're going to miss them and hold their hand or whatever it is, but
yeah,
that's what it, like, I was in the Philippines, and, like, I mean, this couple did it right, which was they pulled their car off into the drop-off area, not in front of the gates or whatever you want to call it, and they had their emotional goodbye. And they literally hugged for 3 minutes.
That's crazy. Don't you feel suffocated after a while? I feel like I can only hug for like 40 seconds, and then I start getting weird. Doesn't matter the context. Dude, it could be anything. I'm just like, okay, I start squirming.
Okay, so at our first live show, we'll have a hug, and we'll see how long it'll be. I'll hug you until you start squirming.
You have to do it without telling me, because I bet around like 35 to 45 seconds, I'm going to start getting weird. And that's just how it is for me. I don't know. It could be anybody. Dude, it could be like Sofia Vergara. I'd be like, okay, this is getting, it's been 40 seconds, girl. Come on.
Do you hear the Guatemalan laughing in the background?
I don't.
Okay, I can hear it through. Like, it's outside of my headphones.
I hear the crickets though.
Yeah, that just means she's not listening to Live and Talk in LA. Oh, she's laughing. Oh, she's not watching the show.
Yeah, she's supposed to be like, yeah, she's doing something better. Low key, 35 kind of long, man. Thank you, 11 things I hate about you. See, we disagree about chicken sandwiches, but you get me with the hugs. That's a long ass time. Think about it,
dude. Topical news for LA. Friday is popping off, dude.
Why?
Did you see the... So, if you live in the LA area, there's a lot of things going on Friday, and Friday traffic is already tough. But are you ready for this? For this list? We have the first game of the World Series, Yankees and Dodgers at LA at the Ravine.
Yankees Dodgers is perfect. It does not get better than that, dude. So that's awesome. I wish I was going.
Then we have the Lakers and Suns at the Crypt.
The Crypt. That's cool.
Then we have USC playing. Yeah. Then we have a high school, like the best high schools playing football over at...
who's that school?
I think at SoFi. They're playing at SoFi.
SoFi? Oh, wow. That's pretty cool. Okay, I thought you were going to say like College of the Canyons or something.
No.
So that's pretty big.
Then we have someone at the Kia. So all these things are happening on Friday. And if you drive or do anything on Friday, prepare to be screwed.
That's tough. Do I have plans on Friday? I feel like I'm driving somewhere, so that'll be me. But that's cool. You know what? It's nice to live in a city where there's stuff going on. I'm not doing any of those things, but it's nice to know. You know,
stay away.
Yeah, I'll be at home. I've been replaying Final Fantasy X. It's keeping me very occupied. I'll probably be doing that on Friday a little bit. But we'll see.
Well, are you ready for my hot take?
Please.
In the spirit of Dodgers versus Yankees, I think LA has better pizza.
Well,
than New York.
Well, what is LA pizza though? Like we just borrowed everybody's pizza.
Yeah, and we have it all here, and it's better. It's better versions of what New York pizza is.
That's funny. Because like that's like, hey, we took everybody's stuff and brought it here, so it's better than where you started. Yeah, I mean, look, I think like I like the places that make like Italian pizza. It's starting to grow on me more now, where it's got like the bubbles and the cheese is like a regular, and it's kind of like it's not really a circle. It's kind of like a. That's the pizza that's starting to grow on me. Deep dish can get fricked. New York is okay.
I think we have better pizza.
Yeah, that's fine.
You don't like deep dish though?
Dude, it's just sauce and cheese, bro.
Dude,
It's like a bucket of cheese.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Which sounds crazy because I love cheese, but I just think it's just too much, dude. Like, it's not actually enjoyable for me. I've gone a couple times, and I'm just like, nah.
No, I'm ready to have a superior, like a complex of being better than New York with this one.
You want to just make it about pizza?
We should. We can find a New York podcast and do a LA to New York bet.
Maybe we should find somebody on the East Coast and like network with them. Deep dish dough is disgusting. Truth in the chat.
Nah, dude, you're crazy. Like I'm a fan of that.
Hey man,
I'm a fan of deep dish. It's the fat kid inside of me. It's like you're giving me a lot more of what I already love, which is pizza, and it's thicker and it's more. Yeah, please.
look, I could have like one slice of deep dish. If they did deep dish by the slice, maybe I would. But like getting an entire deep dish pizza, it's just like buying a. It's just gonna turn into like a, not melted block of cheese eventually, with some sauce in there.
What about calzones? What's your stance on calzones?
I also think calzones are kind of stupid. I will say I've only had one calzone at an Italian restaurant, and it was just so like wet. There was like steam in it, and it didn't feel like it just was too wet, bro. It wasn't. I don't know if I just ate it too fast or too long, or I don't know what. It didn't work for me, but I'm open to it.
It's a shame, dude.
I like cheesy bread. I like pepperoni pretzels.
Pepperoni pretzels?
Like a pretzel with like pepperoni and cheese on it? Like I will eat that shit any day.
What is up with pepperoni looking like suction cups now?
This is the new thing. It's so funny you say this because my girlfriend in the other room, she says, I'll only have pepperoni now if they curl. And I'm like, all right. I don't fucking know, but they're good. It's true. They're good.
I understand they can be good, but it's like
it's old-fashioned pepperoni. Here's the trick. Here's why the little cups are great, because you can stick a napkin in there and fuse out all the oil, dude. So you can, if you want to give away your man card and save some calories, you can just dunk all the oil out of there with a napkin. It just comes right out. It's like a little bowl.
I don't know.
What do you think? You into it?
I mean, I'll eat it, but I've never thought like, damn, dude, this is the better pepperoni.
These curled up pepperonis are fire, dude. That's what people are saying now.
The last thing I'll leave this on, I don't know if you saw this, but did you see Obama plagiarize my set?
I did not. I've been seeing a lot of Obama news. What the heck now?
He was out there rapping 8 Mile.
Really?
Yeah. Well, you haven't seen it? Oh, that's a shame.
I saw him talking about. I saw Eminem introduce him. I saw him come out. He was ripping on Trump. Sorry, I'm licking my salt glass again. I'm keeping it off camera for you guys, though. I'm just licking my fingies.
It's actually progressively worse to watch you lick your fingers. There you go.
Mm-hmm. Anyways, tell me. So, what did he steal, or what did he? I heard about this.
He started rapping along to 8 Mile. Now I can't stop looking at you lick the glass, but I was licking the fingers. Mom spaghetti. I can't even do it, dude. You've officially broken me.
What? What's wrong with you? I'm just having fun over here.
I keep watching it, and I'm like, I can't even remember the lyrics now. I'm shook because there's no such thing as halfway crooks.
I don't know shit about Eminem, so I couldn't tell you.
8 Mile? You don't know 8 Mile?
I saw 8 Mile. I watched 8 Mile once. Oh, you mean the song? No, I've never heard that all the way through, to be honest.
Lose Yourself is what it is.
Dude, Eminem is like elementary school for me. I was in Christian school, so we weren't really allowed to listen to Eminem when that big album came out. What's the album? You know the one.
Well, he's had a few.
Mama, something hurt you.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Cleaning out my closet. I forgot the word in the middle,
Yeah.
but anyway, that like blow up Eminem album. I was in like 4th grade or something, I think. So it just didn't really latch to me.
Obama stood up there and just said his palms are sweaty, knees weak, arms are heavy. There's vomit on his sweater already. Mom's spaghetti. He did that, dude.
That's pretty cool.
But I did that.
Yeah. Maybe you
In my
should
set.
send him a cease and desist.
A cease and
take that
desist of
seriously.
someone else's song because like that.
Yeah.
He stole my shit, dude.
Tell him I'm doing this now.
I now I know. Like I was ready to go Joe Rogan. Like I'll show up to the next rally and be like, hey man, that's fucked up. Carlos Mencia on that.
The time warp thing just happened to you again. So I've realized that it's me. My computer's the problem. But I did pick that up. Yeah, I mean, you know what? Here's the thing. I like Barack Obama. I think you should let him slide. He seems like a cool dude. I saw him dap with Eminem, and he's got the flow. He's still got it. Maybe you should just give that one up. I don't know if you're going to take down Obama. I'm going to be honest with you, dude.
I don't know.
People like him.
I have some bones to pick.
You can still take it up with him. I mean, it doesn't hurt, but I would just say temper your expectations.
Maybe. Well, I think that's a good place for us to end the podcast. Victor, don't forget, next week's the Halloween show.
It is, and it's also my cat's birthday. It's going to be great.
So it's gonna be a good one. Victor, where can they find us?
You guys, just as a reminder, we are To Live and Talk in LA. You can find us every Wednesday live streaming on Twitch and YouTube starting at 7:30 p.m. You can find us wherever you get your podcasts. So podcast app, Spotify, SoundCloud, what have you. And also give us some love on social media, guys. We need the follows. We'll start posting soon. We promise.
Well, even leave us a review.
I would love that.
Because
we can
if
read
you
them on the
leave
show.
Yeah, we'll read your reviews on the show. It's kind of the game plan. Hang out with us if you're on the stream. We'll be here for a couple minutes for pillow talk, and it'll be good times aplenty, dude. And we'll see you in the scary hours.
One
What's
thing
up?
left. We also have an email, so you can email us your questions. Whatever you got, we'll take it. It's to liveandtalkinla@gmail.com. That's right. We got the email. It was available. It's kind of sick. Anyways. Go
Yeah,
ahead, Mark.
we won't. If you don't want us to read your name, we won't read your name, and it's a secret.
Whatever.
We're like the glory hole secret.
Yeah.
Only certain people know about it. So come through. All right, dudes. Peace.
Peace. Well, we've now engaged the Pillow Talk Hour. I'm going to be honest, though. I think we were having a pretty good show until we had that tech difficulty. Then we lost like 60% of our viewers. Can you believe that? It's
I think they're there. The stream just freaking out. Yeah, I mean, next time that happens and the audio like dips out, we can verify. Just restart the stream.
Just tell people, or just have like a little whiteboard that says, we're going to restart the stream. You know?
BRB.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I'm going to put it out there now. I don't have a ton of time for Pillow Talk because there's a dinner sitch out there that I stopped right before I came onto the show. But anyway, you were saying. We can do a few minutes.
All right. I like the Ariana Grande and Elvira. We had that in the notes.
Yeah, we didn't touch that. And I did end up watching the Saturday Night Live episode too, so I wanted to. Oh, this is my note. I forgot about that.
You put that there.
I put that in there for you.
I knew it was you because you misspelled Elvira.
Did I really? Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
Alvira. I don't know Elvira. I just know what she looks like.
I mean, that's all that's important as long as you know what she looks like because that's Elvira.
Yeah. And I would say Elvira too. I just, I don't do words too good. You know what else is funny? You know Logic? You always tell me that I look like Logic when I show up to restaurants sometimes. You told me that like 3 times and I always laugh. Anyways, I was looking in a bookstore the other day and I saw a book called Ultra 85.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, who wrote this? And I was confused. Fucking Logic wrote the book, dude. Did you know that he's a sci-fi author?
I did not know that.
Isn't that kind of funny? It makes me not want to read it, though.
Like, I mean, are you a fan of Logic?
No. But I just thought it was really funny that he wrote this book because his face is on it. And I was like, oh, wow, that is really him. That's pretty funny. He has 3 books.
I mean, I didn't know it was kind of like people like look down on Logic.
I mean, I don't really know anything about him, to be honest. I just feel like I don't really want to read books that are written by musicians. I just feel like they're just cash grabs. Like, unless it's super highly rated and it's been around for a long time, like I don't want a book that some dude just decided to write because he was bored. It's probably ass. It's hard enough to read books as it is, you know?
Well, maybe it's like the next Great Gatsby.
Look, I don't even like The Great Gatsby that much, dude. So he is doing sci-fi, but I read the back and I was just like, eh. Acapulco says that's dope. He has a book, Incredible Rapper. Yes, The Rapper. 11 Things I Hate About You. It's called Ultra 85. He also has a book called Supermarket and a book called This Bright Future. So apparently he's a 3-time author.
I mean,
I should write a book.
what type of book would you write?
Oh, sci-fi fantasy for sure, dude.
Really?
Yeah, that's my thing. I've been reading a little bit of horror too, but
I think like I don't know. I think sci-fi is the hardest one to write. Don't you think?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I think with sci-fi and fantasy, there's a lot of like world building you have to do. Like you have to like paint the picture, and you have to do some. And also, I think with sci-fi, you're in the danger zone of going into too much techno babble. You know, like if you're just making up science words, you can get in trouble. But I think a lot of people kind of expect that stuff when they read science fiction. Like, it's not going to be realistic. We're talking about fucking aliens here, you know?
Yeah, I mean, well, you create the rules of the story, like
Right.
the world, but then all of a sudden you have to really abide by those rules
Yeah.
because it's one thing to abide by the rules of nature because there always will be the rule of nature, like this is how it happens in the story you write. But when you start saying, I'm going to be able to time travel here and be able to do this thing and do that, and then all of a sudden you forget it and you've just undid your whole story, and it's like that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
I think sci-fi is open to that.
And it's like you invent these technologies, you know, and you're like, okay, turn on the, mega conductor for whatever, you start making shit up. And then, 300 pages later, are you using the same devices to do the same things because you made this already? I feel like you would have to make like a map of all the stuff you made that doesn't even exist. That's actually pretty tricky. I think it's really surprising how people like write books with like hundreds of characters and they remember the things about them, because I'm reading them and just the stuff you give me and it's hard to remember. But I feel like to make a whole character with a bunch of like details and write it and like keep that consistent seems very difficult to me too. Like I don't know how like George R. R. Martin or these like multi-book people do it, because it's just like so much random detail. It's really impressive to me, actually.
You got to storyboard it. That's why you have storyboards and characters, and you have all these cards under them.
Yeah, that's true. Well, by the way, I actually put a note in this about books a long time ago. Do you I finished Frankenstein a couple weeks ago, and I chewed through it pretty fast. And I thought it was funny because it feels pretty good to finish a book, but also like it took me 2 tries. The first time I read this book, I kind of did not like it, and then the second time I like devoured it. And I think, do you do that with things other than books? Because I'll be honest, there are books that I want to read, and I will give them a shot. If I don't like them, I'll put them down and I'll come back to them. But other media, I don't really do that. I don't really come back to movies. If I decide a movie sucks and I stop halfway, I am not going to rewatch that movie later from front to back.
I'm like that with video games.
Really? See, video games
Yeah.
I give a couple tries too.
I'll start it, and then it's because sometimes it's so new that my brain can't comprehend it, so I have to just like stop playing it, and then I'll come back to it later.
Yeah, okay.
And like And I guess TV shows too.
Maybe in
And,
TV
like,
shows, I really don't. Like, if I hate a TV show, if I really don't like it, I'll give it a couple tries, a couple episodes. But, like, if I'm, like, 5 episodes in and I don't like this, I'm like, okay, I've cast my judgment. Somebody really has to, like, give me a compelling argument to come back. But, like, books, I'll give them, like, 3 tries. Like, I've tried to read Neuromancer, like, 3 times, and I finally am like, okay, I don't like it. You know?
well, I think reading is tough too because you have to get into the mindset of like you're building the story like in your brain of how it's supposed to look, and if your brain can't connect it, you're like, ugh, whatever.
I've also been learning about people who don't have a mind's eye. So when they read, they have trouble reading because they can't like picture things in their head.
Mm-hmm.
And I started thinking, is that something that I have? Because like I'm trying to think of like a ball, and I can see a ball, but like not really. Like I'm. It's like a, you know what I mean? Like I can't. Can you imagine a red bouncing ball right now?
I like to think I can.
I feel like I can, and I'm thinking,
Yeah.
gosh, am I like these people who can't imagine anything? Because it's not as clear as I'd like it to be.
Mm-hmm.
And there's people who just have none of that, and like, and there's also people who have no inner monologue, and I'm like, does that mean they don't have like they can't talk to themselves, or does that mean they don't have thoughts? Like, I think that's so weird.
Who has no inner monologue?
There are people who say they have no inner monologue, and I don't even know what that means. What is it called? Aphantasia. Aphantasia.
But inner monologue is thinking.
Right. So like if you have no inner monologue, does that mean you can't think in words? Like what does it mean? Are you like you're like an animal? You just it's all impulse?
You're a wild animal.
I think that's crazy.
I think that I don't know, dude. Like
Yeah.
I want to meet a person like that
Me
because I'm like,
too.
how?
Yeah,
Like,
I
how?
want to cuz like there's people on Reddit like chatting about it, but I don't really I can't even really grasp it. And I think that's maybe because I have a mind's eye and I'm trying to think what it's like not to. You know, that's like imagining what it's like to be blind. It's like it doesn't work.
I don't know. Some people could think in abstract thought.
They can see the ball, according to the chat. Anyway, that's just where my mind went. But
That's
weird
deep,
shit,
dude. That's
man.
like that's stoner thoughts.
Kind of. Kind of.
All right, why don't you go get to dinner, dude? I know you're hungry.
I am really hungry, dude. I made fajitas, you guys, and then I couldn't eat them because I had to get on the show for everybody. So I'm
Classic.
just gonna. Yeah, I bought corn tortillas this time, which I don't usually do, but I'm just gonna eat it. It's okay, you know. I'll be fine. Anyways, that's a good place to close it out.
That's a good time. All right, Twitch, YouTube. We'll see you later, guys. You can close out the stream.
Later, guys. Stream is ending now.